what this year in a political season, but politics should never, take away our brains from the love and support of one another in Uganda. Yes. Yes, so it was 2 days ago, Friday, when I had my live talking about a few things. So there was a lot of different topics that I tackled because I hosted the top TikTokers in Uganda. And of course, it brought a lot of talkability, a lot of attention here and there. I'm like, okay, first and foremost, what I want you to know is my job as a showbiz person is to attract attention. Babatega no batega, and you just proceed by guamubi into. It was I spoke about I saw two issues. Of course, many people rotated about two issues. The two issues that I think were rotated about was one, I saw some people say that how can I support violence in the music industry when I said that ebifena twabikola twekuba twakola kino ne kino, but as long as it's constructive. That's number one. Then number two, nalabye, and remember, when you're on my live, you have to know that Bebe kula chogeranga bwe chiri ne bwe chiba chiruma ne bwe chiba chichi, but as long as it is that, I say it and I don't sugarcoat. Nze sigula buganzi. Love Bebe Cool, follow Bebe Cool, like Bebe Cool for him and his being genuine to things. It is a very difficult situation. But then I found that munsibo beranga, if in life you choose the truth, you stand alone. That's the first thing you should know. But by standing alone, always you're visible. Because everything you say in the truth will always come back to the many later on. The only difference is they will never come out and tell you, know what, you were right. Because they are shy, they did not listen. Because they are gloomy at their hearts, they are saying, how could he have known the truth? Because they didn't expect you to know the truth. They didn't expect it to be the truth. So they keep fighting themselves. I remember, I'll give you a scenario one time or some years back when I spoke about people who live in the diaspora vis-a-vis people who live in Uganda. I made a statement because a friend of mine argued out with me and said, because I didn't like the statement of saying when you go to Europe or when you leave and go to live out of Uganda, you go for greener pastures. that statement ejawo patriotism y'omuntu. Your statement mbinyo, I argued that issue long ago, and today I'm very sure that everyone who lives abroad would rather live in Uganda. Abachachiwakanira bebano obudde bujja kujja era bakyogere mitima gyabwe, oba abachachiganye bagamba bekwasa politics ninga bali yagadde okubeera awaka. So the greener pastures will always be made by you here in Uganda. Bananga abantu ababeera ebweru bayita mbizibu bingi nnyo. That can't be greener pastures. Obalabira wano ng'obasabye ssente mwe abasaba obumwanyi mmwe Abannayuganda. Omuntu nakugamba akola kiro na misana. Kiro na misana. Let me ask you something, sincerely speaking. Bwe muba musobola okuva e Uganda nga mbadde mukola misana wokka, n'ogenda e Bulaaya n'okola emisana n'ekiro, n'oweza ssente zisinga kuze Uganda kubanga Uganda wali okola misana lwokka, naye ebweru okola emirundi ebiri emirimu ebiri, naye Uganda wali okola guki gumu, naye gwe n'ogamba nti ebweru ogaggawadde nnyo okoze ssente nnyingi okusinga bwe wali e Uganda, ng'ate oganye okunyonyola abantu nti kati ebweru woli okola emirundi ebiri towummula. Kati njagala kunyonyolako ku bantu mwali mukirowoozezaako ekyo, kubanga emisana bw'oba okola omulimu gumu e Bulaaya mu Amerika oba e Bungereza, akasente mukimanyi tekasobola kuwera. Mukimanyi mwenna baganda bange bamaama, mwenna mumanyi. So no neneebuza nze nga Moses oba nga Bebe ne ngamba nti ebiseera ebyo wali okyali wano oba mmwe abali wano, instead of okugamba nti mukola ssente entono bali bakola nnyingi, lwaki temubabuuza bakola emirimu emeka nammwe mugikole wano? Lwaki temukola emirimu ebiri wano? Nova mu office ku ssaawa 11 ey'olweggulo, n'ogenda ogulawo saluuni yo ku ssaawa 2 ekiro. Let me ask you something. Ani yakugamba mbu saluuni tezisobola kukola kiro? Now I am going to ask you genuine questions. Omuntu alina saluuni esala enviiri ez'abasajja, esala ebirevu, akola enviiri, asiba enviiri, osobola okumbuulira nti no gwalina omulimu gwa Monday to Friday, ogenda kuddira ennaku z'ebbiri z'olina okubeera n'abaana Saturday ne Sunday awaka, olina okwoza engoye, olina okulabirira ku mwami, olina okukola ebintu ebiri genuine awaka, oziteekemu ogenda mu saluuni ku Saturday emisana ne Sunday emisana. So nga ate singa wabadde nga osobola walikoze schedule yo nga mu saluuni olumala komawo ku lesse ku Wednesday saa 11 n'ojja ewaka n'otegeka abaana ne bali emmere n'obabika mu buliri ku ssaawa 3 ne bw'oba mukyala n'osituka n'ogenda mu saluuni n'ovaayo saa 6 n'ojja ne weebaka n'okeera ku makya n'ogenda ku mulimu. Naye ku ssaawa omuntu agenze mu saluuni ku ssaawa 3 oba 4 ez'ekiro, number 1 owa saluuni aba akoze omulimu ogwokubiri, kuba yakoze emisana kati azze ku y'ekiro akoze omulimu ogwokubiri. Number 2 obudde bwo oba obumaneginze bulungi. Ekintu ekyo nakikayanira, si saluuni yokka, okwoza emmotoka. Lwaki gwe avudde mu office emisana ku saa 11 n'ogenda mu bbaala ku ssaawa 2 ku Friday, ku Monday, ku Tuesday? Hundreds and thousands. Kakati bw'omala okwozeza emisana n'olyoka otuna 5 bars oba 10 bars, kale katugaye 5 bars. You book 5 bars n'amazzi gange. All I want is to talk to customers who are parking ne boyoze motoka makumi conversation. No yokola the system where it is. Some people
يعني انت تسوي موت اختك سبب جال استغفر.
Companies, when one is releasing the one artist, the other releasing another, they will find the best ways of how they can stop the other one from getting to the finish line fast. Temwefula abantu ntino temumanyi exactly what I meant. Don't misguide young people. Record company A bonna bagenda ku radio yemu. Kati record company A bwe banga ye yafunira DJ omulimu ku radio, you tell me oyo DJ anakuba music wani? Temwefula mbu mumanyi nyombo mbu mwefula ba analysis. I know you're learning how to analyze, but been able to be real in reality. When I started my music, let me tell you something. When Jose Chameleone came back from Kenya and came here, okay, I also returned after 1 year. When I returned here, I will tell you the truth. Chameleone and the people he was working with could not play my music. As simple as that. His friend DJs could not. And I will even tell you this one DJ that I got a job myself. Nakwata DJ Shiru nemuja ewa Rota. Nemutwale wa Elvis ngankoye okulwana ne ba DJ kwa bali tebakwa music wangi. Nengamanze mu clubs zino, instead of fighting the DJs who are already there because they are not playing my music because I see they are friends of Jose Chameleone. Instead, let me be friends with the owners of the clubs, and I ask my friends, those owners of the clubs, to employ my DJs there. So when I took my DJs in there, then some of my music started to play in there. So it was easy for me to tell my DJs who I had put in there that when you get in there, don't play Chameleone songs. You play mine, because the other DJs were playing Chameleone songs. How difficult is that? Is that really complicated? Common sense? Of course, Chameleone also was fighting to be the greatest. So he was telling his DJs not to play Bebe Cool's music. It is normal. This industry is not a church where tugabana kagati or take kagati. No. Life is a jungle. You know. That is what. Now, what was the context of what I was saying? I was saying, learn to make friends. Social capital. Omwana oyo yatuse ku stage nga title DJ namugamba ninako oluyimba lwolumu. Naye bulire ebigambo byakozesezza okuvuma DJ. Okimanyi nti ba DJ bonna balina association. bwe baga tetugenda kuba muyimbi tebamukuba mumulabyeko wano firimu nga babayimbi abakuba ba DJ and you still ask yourselves lwaki abayimbi abo bagwa ba DJ bonna bekwata omulundi ogwo ne bagawe tetujja mukuba music we groups zaabwe ndi mu groups nga mukaaga. Sometimes I even feel sorry when I read certain things and the fight but DJ tadde weyo example je nabadembawa. That's why now you find that DJs are earning equal money, 80% the money the artists are earning, or even more money than artists now. Kwanga ba artists bali baine jogeri kuwa ba DJ ne bekola mu omulimu. Slick ayinza okubira Roger nanga Roger gundi oyo yankubye oba Roger ayinza okulira gundi yakubye Slick Stewart naga oyo sijja kuba music we akusirikira busirikirizibwa ati bwe batuleyo meetings zaabwe ku group za nga bagamba oyo mwana atemugira. But then again, let me tell you this. Do you know that the DJs, the same DJs, Roger ayinza okuba ne artist omu nagamba ba DJ na ono artist wange please push for me. So it is equal nechimu DJ oyo yenyini okugamba nti oyo artist yanvumye temukuba music we, and they don't. So is that rocket science really? Muli ku social media you're discussing Bebe cool legend yagambi simanyi yeah. When I said it, I said something that you should have picked content from. Just because you have weak brains does not mean you just misguide people because muogera. Be very careful. Ntino some of us who have good brains but tunava mu music tujja kudda wanonga tuogera. We will take your own jobs. Ate mwe temusa kufuka bayimbi mwaba misleading abantu naife tuso kufuka ba tiktoker because we already have followings. Mwina okuyiga okubeera constructive. Ate nammwe abantu mulekerawo nnyo okubeera nga ne mulaba bu clip webuti bwe basazeemu and you just take. Mwina okumanya omuntu wabeeredde ku TikTok live kitegeeza abaddeko hours and hours. We were speaking about just a few topics. I spoke for about 3 to 4 hours. How can you take something that lasts less than a minute, but that is what it meant?